Hey everybody, I'm JP and welcome to Good Talk HQ. Today we have another round of great deals that you can pick up for your Switch this week, and every game that we'll cover is under $5. Now, longtime fans of the console will know, but if you're new to the eShop, you never have to spend 40 or 60 bucks to get a great game. You just have to search a little bit and you can absolutely find a hidden gem for a fraction of the price. Today I'll show you a few you might enjoy, and even if you buy a couple games from the list, you'll still save money and likely get more game time as well. Thank you as always for hanging out. Be sure to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, or thumbs down if you don't, and we'll go ahead and get started. Stay safe, my friends. Alright, we'll start today with 8 Dragons, which is a retro-style arcade beat-em-up that draws heavy inspiration from the Renegade series and offers local co-op for up to 8 people, with the download around 540 megabytes. And the cool part is that each playable character has their own story to tell, and those stories sort of intertwine together, giving the game even more replay value. Plus, there's a difficulty slider, which is always a nice feature. On top of that, one of our buddies here at the channel did some of the music, and he'll be working on the sequel as well. And right now you can pick up 8 Dragons for just $1.99, marked down 75% and matching a previous low until the 12th. Next up we have Reknum, which is a single-player retro-style action platformer with a download around 140 megabytes, and this game, along with the others in the series, are some of the tougher platformers that I've played in recent years. This is mainly due to the instant death that can happen from different traps you'll find scattered about the different levels. Now you can take a bit of damage from regular enemies, but there's no checkpoints, so you'll have to be careful. Otherwise, you're back at the start of the level in no time. The graphics and audio design fit really well with the gameplay, and the combat is fun even if a bit simple, which is okay because the rest of the game is difficult enough. Fans of old school difficulty will feel right at home though, and right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, marked down 60% until the 12th. Up next we have Back Again, which is a single player puzzle platformer with a very unique look, and it takes place in a massive black void where it's just you, a bunch of different platforms and obstacles, and this faceless voice that keeps talking to you. Now the premise of the game is pretty simple, but the gameplay is incredibly challenging and addictive at the same time, and there's no real penalty for falling off as you get unlimited attempts in the main game mode. There is of course the survival mode if you want to try to make it a bit more challenging, where you'll have to make it through without falling. This is definitely a game I had a hard time putting down, and right now you can pick it up for just $2.09, marked down 30% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 6th. Next we have W.A.R.P, which is a single player arcade style shooter with a download around 200 megabytes, and it offers more than 100 challenging levels that start off easy enough, getting you adjusted to the controls and the movement in the game, and then it starts to ramp up, and by the end it's just downright brutal. The game does have a truly retro look and feel to it with inertia based movement, and it definitely takes some time to get adjusted to. Plus, this one offers 3 different game modes for some replay value as well. It's another incredibly addictive game, and right now you can pick it up for just $2.49, marked down 50% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 3rd. Next up we have Super Cyborg, which is a side-scrolling run-and-gun shooter that was inspired by the original Contra games from the arcade in the NES days. It has a download just under 200 megabytes and should offer roughly 5 hours of gameplay on average. Now with this one you'll get 7 distinct levels to blast your way through with crazy bullet hell action and intense boss battles, plus it has local co-op for 2 people as well. Now if you do find the game just a bit too difficult by default, there is a difficulty slider, which again is always nice, and right now you can pick up Super Cyborg on sale at a new low at just $2.79, marked down 60% until the 2nd. Tanuki Justice is a fast-paced arcade-style action platformer with a small download around 50 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 2 to 3 hours to finish up, but there is a ton of replay value here, so you'll likely get more from it than that, and it also has local co-op for 2 people as well. Now the game takes no time for the action to ramp up to 10, and they just throw everything at both of you on every level. The combat is amazing and the boss battles are incredible, but it is incredibly challenging. It also has a bright and vibrant color style that I bet looks great on an OLED. Right now you can pick it up for just $2.99, marked down 80% to a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 10th. LootLite is an arcade-style twin-stick roguelike with a retro look, and it sort of reminds me of Break Heroes, both from that look and how the combat system works. You start the game with a few playable classes, and as you play through you'll unlock the extras for a total of 7 that you can pick between. Now the game does also have local co-op for 2 people as well, which again is always a nice addition, and while the game isn't incredibly long, it is pretty difficult, so that will pad the runtime a bit. As you work through each stage, you can find secrets or buy upgrades, and overall it's a pretty fun little game that's priced right, and if you'd like to pick it up, right now it's on sale for just $3.49, marked down 30% until the 12th, matching an all-time low. Sword of the Necromancer is a top-down action RPG, available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op, and should offer more than 10 hours of gameplay, with the download around 1.4 gigs. Now this version offers the bonus DLC as well, which makes it another great value, maybe the best for the week, especially if you have a friend or a sibling to play with. What you have here is basically a dungeon crawler roguelike, and it plays a lot like a top-down Zelda, except you have the ability to turn fallen enemies into allies and they can fight alongside you. The game is crazy tough and the boss battles are intense, but if you're up for a challenge, right now it's on sale for just $3.74, marked down 75% again until the 12th. Next we have Cyjin, the Cyborg Ninja, which is a single-player precision-based puzzle platformer with a cool ninja story as the foundation for the game. Now it does have a unique control scheme and it can get pretty challenging by the end of the game, but the fast-paced movement and by extension the combat all feels amazing, and once you get the hang of the movement mechanic, it feels so good to just bounce around taking out enemies or blowing up their defenses. And at the same time you'll be earning tokens which you can spend on upgrades for doing so. It offers 6 different levels, each with their own boss battle at the end, and it's another game that's on sale this week at a new low, marked down 50% to just $4.99, and the deal ends on the 10th, but you will need 3 gigs for the download. Ghosts and Apples is a cool puzzle style game where we have to essentially match up different colored ghosts and then stack them on top or bottom of one another like a spooky game of Connect 4. Now the game is a lot of fun by yourself, and it offers more than 150 different levels to work through, but it really shines in multiplayer as it offers a different mode where 2 players can compete against one another, and that's a blast. It's another game that takes a simple premise and then executes it well, and right now you can pick it up on sale for just $4.99, marked down half price, bringing it back to an all-time low until the 3rd. Wallachia, Reign of Dracula, which is a single-player retro action platformer with a small download around 180 megabytes and a main story that will last about 5 to 6 hours to finish up. Now with this one you get 7 intense levels full of enemies and bosses that are incredibly tough. It's another game that's been heavily inspired by the Castlevania series with the story based around Vlad the Impaler, and it has an awesome retro look and feel to it. The gameplay is smooth and the combat is fun, and right now you can pick it up for just $2.99, marked down 80% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 10th. Up next we have Golden Force, which is a side-scrolling action platformer that's available in local co-op for 2 players. It has a 1 gig download, and the main story again will last between 5 and 10 hours to complete. You have multiple playable characters that all play a bit different from one another, collectibles and secrets to find, plus the boss battles are pretty awesome. In fact, most of the tutorial is a boss battle and it just kinda throws you right into the action, and it never really lets go from there. If you enjoy a fun and challenging platformer that you can play with a friend, make sure to grab this one up before the sale ends on the 10th. It's marked down 80% to a new low of just $3.99. Next we have Okinawa Rush, which is a 2D action platformer with local co-op for 2 players, and it has a download around 720 megabytes. And while the story may be only 2 or 3 hours long, it's very enjoyable the whole time with cool pixel art cutscenes that really add a lot to the overall presentation. Now the combat is combo based and it's fantastic with tight controls, and they even have an arcade mode which will let you jump right into the action, or you can revisit it after you finish the story mode for some replay value. The boss battles themselves can get pretty intense, so be prepared for that, and if you're interested in Okinawa Rush, it's at a new low of just $3.99, which is a steal right now, and the deal ends on the 10th. Alright everybody, here are a few other games to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright everybody, thank you all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video or you like the Switch, we have plenty more content on the channel. Feel free to check it out.